anymore because I don't think with a gang mentality anymore. Like I'm just a regular citizen that's doing content, that's doing his job, that's doing a civic duty of teaching kids not to join gangs. What it looks like, they get busted for it. That's their own stupidity. Because I got busted for my own stupidity. So I really, like I said, I've already been known for that just by relinquishing too much information about prison stuff. So what difference is it gonna make if somebody does get busted? If anything, a murder got happened and I was capable of solving it, then I'm a goddamn good investigator and I deserve to work for a bigger agency. I'm just a content creator who can dig dirt, but the thing about me is different from everybody is that people really tap in because I make myself accessible. I don't ignore nobody because I'm renegade. I don't disacknowledge people. They give me information, they tap in. Like all these active gamers, like, bro, I got some info for you. I'm like, yeah, what is it? And then if I see another person said the same thing, I'm like, okay, that's the same goddamn story. Okay.
YouTube Yard, what's good? Still a little bit under the weather, but look, this is going to be a hot topic, I think. Obviously, warlord of the motherfucking PCs, baby. J Manos, I made it to No Jumper. Now, look, everybody knows who No Jumper is. I have no opinion. I don't really watch. I've watched a lot of the Crash Out clips, people going on there, and just like the Crash Out clips, I obviously have watched way more of Lad TV than these dudes, right? But I guess that's like the standard to get to, bro. I really don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I'd rather go on. Now this is gonna get hate because you can't even give a friendly nod to nobody in the space. But I'd rather go on Blue Devil or Indicted TV and talk recovery than get on here with these type of dudes. Just seems like a lot of dry snitching, hypothetical gossip type content. It's not really for me. We got that in the YouTube yada, right? So J Manos, all right, man. Well, on that note, congratulations for him. Now, and before I get into this, look, in terms of channel size and views, I mean, I guess that would be considered successful in this space, right? We can't knock it. My problem is, and I'm going to try to keep this in a grown man conversation and kind of let off of the PC rhetoric, the anti-PC rhetoric. In terms of that, I guess that's solid, right? But it's just the way he does his shit, bro. Even in this video, he's talking about, you know, he always felt superior to Southsides. Like, he's always at staccatos. Like, he's always wanting to take the shots, bro. And that, to me, is what makes him a lame and what makes him a fucking coward. Because you can have a positive message that's steering you towards not game banking and not making bad decisions like a lot of people have made, a lot of us. That's fine. I mean, I don't think anybody would have a problem with it. I don't think anybody would have a problem with this content if you wouldn't take the personal shots. The subliminal shots are just ridiculous, bro. Like, and then let me remind you guys that people always forget. I know I'm rookie, but I do my research when I need to. Rookie in the YouTube yada. Dude went to jail for shooting at a bus. It's in the Gunner video. I've used that clip in the content I did on him. It's there, right? That's receipts. So, I mean, I get it. Now you go from that to that, right? But it's the drastic way which he did it. And it's really because he failed. I mean, he would have went to the box probably for life with that status he was doing in prison. That's what he says. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, bro. It's because you failed the mission. You fucked up, ran a yard you wasn't supposed to, didn't pay your big homies, and you got lumped off the yard twice. You got removed, and then you're a double peseta dropout. That I don't know too much about.
They don't need to tell on you if they want to get rid of you. That is just a crazy narrative that I've seen. And one time I reacted to it and I thought that was so stupid.
Okay.
But nobody's allowed to tell. It's just telling happens all the time. Most of the time it's just gang members telling on their own people and telling on their rivals every now and then. But you'll never know who the source of the snitch was unless the cops give you your 1030 or your 812.
Right.
And even then they black the names out, so you'll never know who told on you. You just get this 1030 in the mail. I'm like, yeah, you got told on for this. You got a point, and a couple of points take you to the hole. But now I've heard that narrative so many times, bro, and it's not true, bro. Southsiders, they probably the most ruthless group of gang in the penal system. They ain't got no reason to tell. They could just slaughter you, plain and simple. They're that deep. They can afford the numbers.
So there's a lot of talent happening, generally speaking. Well, okay, would it be fair to say that Southsiders are more likely to tell on blacks outside their race than on their own?
No, they'll tell on their own before they tell on another race because there's really no interaction with other races to tell.
I know I'm playing clips raw here just to kind of prove that point. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's so adamant about he's comfortable snitching. I mean, and then in the reality, dude, that's what I mean. That's kind of like what the internet has glorified snitching, and you can't defeat that. You can't combat that. Even in this, he says he knows people make videos about him. They put up thumbnails, and I'm new to that. And at least he's a good sport about it, right? And he does the best tactic, not to respond. Why? It's the way you completely ignore. Just don't respond. But he's so adamant about fucking just shitting on the culture and shit. Instead of trying to change the narrative in a positive way, you just want to continue to poke. You know what I mean? Then what happens to viewers like me who know that's not the life that kids should live. No, nobody should go to prison, bro. But I know that there's no message that I could ever say that would change young kids from making that decision. They grow up in their environment. I'm not in their environment. They grow up in their environment. They all have choices, and in the end, some of them choose what they choose, and they have to live with that and live with themselves and live with the consequences and come with whatever comes of that lifestyle, right? At some point, you got to grow up and make grown man decisions and shit, you know? So, you know, I don't really care about where this channel grows, you know what I mean? It goes where it goes, and I'm with it, right? So, right now, my content is what it is. I don't know if I can ever even get to, like, try to do positive message. But besides work, get a job, get a career, get a trade, get clean, get sober. That would be my message, right? You know, and I'm trying to figure out how to blend it in with what I'm doing. As right now, it's really hard for me not to just shit on this fucking dude. But sometimes you just got to come out and say, well, for right now, what purpose does that serve? He has been psychoanalyzed by so many. And I know a lot of you, a few people who watch this, I know you guys may feel the same way or may feel that I'm hating. And I'm going to take the time to say I'm just hating the way he delivers his message. He might have good in his heart.
I even did that video. I seen everybody already accusing him. Oh, bro, he's probably telling. He probably told. And I was like, nah, we'll see. Grabbed the paperwork. I was like, he didn't tell. And it was a dead issue after that.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be who he wants to be, and if he continues to want to be around that same lifestyle, I was like, man, nobody's gonna save you but you. You're gonna have to save yourself from that situation.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure he wasn't labeled a snitch. That was all.
Yeah, that day that I went to his hood filming a vlog, and then they firebombed the restaurant that we went to the next day, that night, that was like one of the craziest moments for me of just realizing, like, oh, so real shit can happen from this content. Like,
he has not let go of his failure in prison, his gang life, what he wanted to be. Like he said, blood in and blood out. He failed. He got there. He was there, but he failed. And now that resentment, that anger, it just comes out, you know? And then he rallied all these other fucking people in this situation and others who just want to try snitch on their own to make them look bad. It's a cold world out there in the YouTube yard, man, and in prison. So this guy has been a beacon of hate, maybe a beacon of, well, I'm going to use this guy to shit on my own kind and expose my own kind with shit that they don't want to come out because I'm mad at them too.
From that crowd and go chase your music career, but he's back online trying to be this hardcore gang member that's in good standings. I'm like, bro, there's only so much I could do for you. I did that out of the kindness in my heart. It didn't benefit me or you because you just went back being to the same person. So if it happens again, like, what am I supposed to do for you? All I didn't want to do is I didn't want like a snitch jacket put on him. I was like, bro, that's scandalous, bro. Like, you guys are just jumping to all kinds of conclusions because you want so much dirt on this dude. He didn't snitch.
Yeah.
But whatever happened.
Right. And then he in turn gets his views, gets his money. At the end of the day, man, sometimes it is about the money. The views and stuff like that get money, man. If this is, hey, it is what it is, man. And I thought this fool was leaving. I thought J Hands was leaving, man. Is it J Hands or J? Man, he's got multiple names, right? So, I'm not gonna try to go in. I just like it's just interesting to me. And he was. I kind of said it on the live I just did Friday. Like he was almost mad at himself because he couldn't tell on the LA rapper who lost his life on politics from what all the content out there is on. I don't know too much about that. I don't really do Chicano rap. I'm old, if that makes any sense. Plus, I rock music first. So, but I hope one of them. I hope they should ever cross over. I know Peso was on Kendrick and Lefty. So whatever. I don't really know their music, but so it seems like he was disappointed that he could not get those people caught, like righteously caught. And you know what I mean? It's crazy how that's what I mean. Like this motherfucker willing to tell. I mean, it is what it is. And hey, so he's a civilian now, I guess. And now he's like he's like a anti-hero peseta now. Like, you know what I mean? Comic books, you have anti-heroes who are not good guys and are not bad guys. There's somewhere conflicted in the middle. This is the PC anti-hero. That makes sense. I'm going to try to get kids to see what's bad about game banging in prison, how that's not the life you want to live, while shitting on every gang and every organization, whatever that means I talk about. That's why I call him kind of like the warlord of the PCs, because he don't care what we got to say or what the comments got to say, but all the actives out there that respond to his shit, he cares what they say. They are his anti-kryptonite. That PC force field that he got against us in a yada than anywhere else ain't shit. But those comments by those actives, yeah. Even on here, he's talking about he's 3 states away. Probably saying too much there. But I don't think nobody wants to hurt this dude, bro. For what? Just like the other fucking lames out here thinking people are going to hurt them.
They go 50-cent pieces.
You don't mean anything. Content is content. I'm making gas money right now or snack money for my kids or maybe my water bill off the content I'm doing now, and I'm with it. So I know that these dudes got to make a living off this shit. I get it, but ain't nobody trying to hurt nobody, man. So that is probably like the most mild and calm and maybe have a real objective, some type of neutral conversation I can have with J Manos. You know what I mean? You guys know how PC for life, warlord, he's all that. But hey, I guess it's a big deal going on No Jumper. I don't know. All right, man, that's pretty much what I got. YouTube Yada out.